Awesome. Thank you, Levi and Werner. Thank you, Jackie and Josh from Verizon. Man, two teams are just truly at the forefront of transformation in large, complex enterprises. I suspect what I've written down that these presentations will result in probably some pretty interesting conversations in your own organizations. And I have to say, I actually feel very fortunate that the book is done and already in print, because if it weren't, I would have clawed it back and wanted another 6 months, because I want to incorporate all of that into the book because it's all so worthy. I am so much in admiration and awe of everything that this community achieves. And I think that is really a property of the genius that is this community, the group of rebels trying to overthrow an ancient, powerful order, and apparently is winning. So, a round of applause for that. So here are the goals that I presented to you in my day one opening remarks. We want to transform our organizations. We want to learn what we need to learn. We want to meet who we need to meet. And we want to get re-energized to keep up the fight, maybe just one more year. So, but just by a show of applause, does anyone feel like we achieved that goal this week? Awesome. So I want to formally acknowledge and thank the programming committee for this. In fact, I want to be very explicit. For the talks that you see here, almost all of them are the ones that we go seek out. All of the programming committee members are just phenomenal networkers, and over the years, we've benefited so much from them being able to reach out. They see things, and I think we've been able to put together such an amazing group of people to share the stories and add to the community. And the fact that, as Levi mentioned, Courtney was at the US Bank event, said there was something that's very interesting happening there, which led us to reach out to Levi, which led to Werner joining Levi on the stage. So everyone give a round of applause to our amazing programming committee. All right, so here's where I really need your help. There are two people I need to thank. The first person is Jeff Gallimore. If you could join me up here, Jeff. One more time. So I tell this story several times. I'll just say this. You cannot believe how many crazy situations I put Jeff in to save my own butt. And last year I shared the story that there were several times where I could not finish my script backstage and actually went on stage with him writing it while I'm reading it. We managed to avoid that Monday and Tuesday, but it happened again this morning. And in the opening remarks, I was actually reading my script, and I could see him in Google Docs, with his cursor moving, and I was actually deliberately talking very slowly so that I could see what I should say. So I'm hoping that you didn't notice. It's such a testament to the team that you haven't seen anything truly awful or disruptive. And maybe over drinks, you can ask him about all the near misses and what Jeff personally saved me from. So, round of applause for Jeff. And the second person I need to thank is my boss and wife, Margaret Kim. If you could just stand up and wave. So Marguerite is the person that allows me to do the work that I love, hanging out with the best in the game, of which this is the community that best represents that, writing, and of course, programming and closure. My role in this is I focus on the programming and the speakers, and she handles everything else. So if you appreciate having this great venue, having information about the conference and the program, the mobile app, getting all the information that you can share with your colleagues back home, actually having food and drinks, Wi-Fi, getting all the books signed by the authors, getting all the unicorns swag, all the unicorn decorations around the event, managing our sponsors, hotel staff, and the entire Rev team, that is actually because of Marguerite. So if you got any value out of this week, can you show how much you appreciate both Jeff and Marguerite Kim? Thank you. And over to you, Jeff.
Thank you so much, Gene. All right, just a few more updates before we get into the planes, trains, and automobiles to take us back to where we live and work. First, we have the session slides available on both Dropbox and GitHub. All of this information is in Slack as well, but if you want to take a picture, that's great too. We also have the videos. or at least some of them. So some of the videos from Monday have started to make their way into the IT Revolution channel on YouTube. Those videos will keep getting posted probably over the next 2 or 3 weeks. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you get those updates when they're available. Now, the reason that we're providing all of the slides and all of these videos is that we want you to share them. Because in this case, what happens in Vegas is not intended to stay in Vegas. We want you to share. We want you to share the presentations. We want you to share the videos. We want you to share the books that you got, the sponsor swag. But most importantly, we want you to share your learning and your stories and your experiences back home with the people that you work with and work for. That's what this event is about. There's one more thing that we'd like you to share, and that is the session evaluations and the session feedback. The speakers really value this feedback. They use it to improve and make the presentations more impactful. Gene and the programming committee use the feedback to inform future programming for future events. So please get that feedback in, because sharing is caring. Yes, and caring is what community is about. And that's what this is. The DevOps Enterprise Community. I have talked to so many people over the last 3 days, both first-time attendees and returning alum, who have said the interactions, the engagement, and the energy here is like nothing they've ever experienced at any other event. And that is because of you. So thank you all for making this community so amazing. Now, I just have one more question. So for the folks on the floor, do you think we should do this event next year? Yeah, okay. How about the people on the back wall there? Do you think we should do it again next year? Yeah? All right, people up in the mezzanine. How about you all? Yeah, I agree. I think we should do it again next year too. So how about we all come back here next year, September 21st through 23rd, 2020, right back here at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Bring your teams, bring your peers, bring your bosses. Let's make this community even bigger and even stronger than it is today. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next year.